Hi, this is ronMctube. We're playing the Hunter on PC, and this is part 2 of a new player's guide to the Hunter. The game has recently been updated. I've already done part 1 on the other species, and this is the last species that you can hunt for free, which is the SnowShoe hare. Right. The SnowShoe hare can be found on White to Prime Ridge. We're at Danforth's Refuge. We've started at 11 AM, and if you look on the map, we're going to walk straight forward to the area I'm drawing now. It's a small area, very close. So if you hunt in those areas, you should spot 1 or 2 rabbits. Sometimes it's 3 or 4 just roaming about. Right, let's take a look at the weapons we're going to use. I've got the 12 GA single shot shotgun, bird shot. But one thing that is very important is the clothing. So you need to change the clothing, which all 3 players get and is adequate for hunting on here. You can't mistake it because it's all blue. So you need to swap all your clothing over, as I'm doing now. Once you've swapped all your clothing over, then you're ready to hunt. The cold on this reserve can kill you, and it also makes you freeze. So you might not be able to aim as steady and such, and it takes effect quite quickly. So you really do need to put the clothing on if you're going to hunt on here. So as you can see, I've changed all my clothing now, and we're ready to hunt. Right, let's load the shotgun, and let's start hunting. Okay, we're heading towards the trees in front of us, 200 or 300 meters, and that's when we'll start looking for tracks. You often start getting them from there. There'll either be Arctic fox tracks there, Sitka deer, or SnowShoe hare. If you look at it, you find the SnowShoe hare straight away. Tracks in there, and then they'll be in that area. Often if you find the tracks, they're very close. You can't hunt on a free license the Arctic fox or the Sitka deer. You will get a notification on your PDA or when you click the track about this, so you can't really mistake that. So we're nearly at the trees now. You don't need to be too careful about it because you can just click on the tracks, or if you spot a hare, it'll often run a short distance, stop, and then bunker down. It'll look like it's scared or whatever, and it'll just squat down. So got a Sitka deer calling there. That's not what we're after. So we'll continue on. The tracks will often be right in the middle of these trees. You'll see a red dome. It can be droppings or footprints. Like I say, sometimes it can be a bit tricky to see the red domes in the snow because it's quite bright, but you should be able to see them. Like I say, don't be too worried about scaring a hare if you see one, because it won't run too far. Just keep an eye on it, the direction it's going. Or if you can't keep an eye on it, just click the track, and then generally straight forward from where you've seen it, that's where it goes. So this is the area I'm sort of talking about. In a minute it's a fox and Sitka deer, so we'll just ignore that and just carry on. As you can see, we're getting notifications about we can't hunt them for free. And what we're going to do is we've moved through here, so we've found that there is no SnowShoe hare in this area. We're just going to move straight forward up towards this mountain ridge on the left. You use that so you can look down the valley, but also sometimes on this left there is SnowShoe hare up there. You might either see them just standing on the back legs, or you might find tracks and they're just up in the mountain. I've had quite a few on the left here before, but often, mostly they're on the right, down in the valley, in the circle I made on the map. So what we're going to do is we'll get to a decent elevation so we can see the whole valley. We'll have a quick look just to see if there is any up the top of here, but if there isn't, we'll just survey all the valley with the binoculars. Fox again, that's a fox call. So what we'll do is we'll slowly get your binoculars out, pan from right to left across the valley, and sometimes in the snow you can see little movement or whatever. At first it might seem like you can't see anything, but once you get used to looking, and you'll see little movements, and that's often how you spot the hares. So I'm just having a look up here before I get too far up, in case there is any. Sometimes you find them just here. So I can't see any at the minute, so we'll start looking down the valley and see if there's any signs. So what you want to do is just check in between the bushes, near the bottoms of trees, and see if you see something that slightly might look like a small little hare or something. Sometimes you'll just see him just doing a few little hops. I can't see any there, so we'll move down a bit. Sometimes because of the draw distance in the game, you might not see them until you move forward a bit. So then move forward a bit and have another look, because then another area will be drawn, and that's where the rabbits, SnowShoe here I should say, will be. So move forward a bit now and surveyed that area, or what we can see that's like drawn. Can't really see anything yet, so I've just moved forward a bit, so a bit more area will be drawn, and then we'll just check again. Looking for any kind of indication, a dome, a track, or the actual SnowShoe hare moving. See up near the trees, and there we go. There's our first one spotted. Pretty simple, straight run from the spawn, took us a few minutes. Now all we have to do now is approach it. Now there's two ways of doing this. You can either do the crouch walk all the way up to it, or you've got a shotgun anyway, so you can more or less run up to them. If they spook, they'll run a little bit like he's doing now, but then they'll stop and then crouch down, and often they will just stay there and you can get within range of firing. So I'm just going to basically just run up to the SnowShoe here when it stops and then shoot it. If you slide down areas like that, just pull to the side and you won't get injured. So the SnowShoe here is just in front of us now. Just going to basically just go straight up to it now. That's it. Just clicking on the tracks, just in case we did lose sight of it, we know which way it's going. But there you go, it's bunkered down. Here's the rabbit droppings, just to show you what they look like. Remember to make sure your shotgun is loaded. Sounds silly, but sometimes it happens. And then just aim and shoot. And there we go. So nice and simple process. Let's go over and collect it. Hope this video has been very useful for you if you're a new player, or people who haven't hunted SnowShoe here before. I find it's quite simple, easy to follow. My name's ronMctube. I've been playing the Hunter on PC. Please subscribe to YouTube channels, and don't forget to check out part 1 if you haven't seen it, which covers all the other free to play content. Thanks for watching. Bye bye.